Welcome back to another episode of the Conversations with Friends podcast. I'm your host, Bree, and I want y'all to know that, once again, my goal and mission is to build a community where we can have the necessary conversations. This is part 2 of last week. It's Pride Month still, and I got my black gays here again.
Yes. Still gay.
Look, still gay.
Still gay. It's 365, baby.
We missing one right now. We missing 2 right now. One might fall in, and then the other missing link. I mean, sorry to that man.
Yeah, sorry to that man.
But y'all should know them already. Rich and Rodrick again.
Yep. Hey y'all, what's up?
What's up, y'all?
Back again.
Back again.
Black again.
Black again.
Black again.
I know that's right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this icebreaker. We're gonna play this or that this time at the request of the missing link.
Of the missing person,
right? The one that said.
Yeah. So would y'all rather read or watch TV?
Ooh. I go through moments. Like I have like a big reading phase where like if I'm like addicted and hooked onto a book, then that. But like I was into film and TV more, so like I'll pick TV because that's what I wanted to do in college. But yeah, right now I'm in the TV phase, my TV era.
What about you?
I would definitely say reading.
Reading?
I mean,
yeah.
I don't really watch a lot of TV unless we're watching Drag Race or some gay shit. That's pretty much it.
That's it. Okay, that's interesting to know. My phone had locked with its rude self. Okay, would you rather be 20 forever or 30 forever?
30.
30.
Definitely
Yeah.
30.
Hell yeah.
Definitely 30.
I loved my 20s. They were fun. They were cute. And we had like a little kiki.
It was real ghetto.
It was real ghetto.
It was very
It was a
ghetto.
struggle.
But
like,
it was
it's
so
a different
fun,
struggle.
though.
Like now we have like anxiety and we talk about things.
my God.
We have feelings. Our body ain't right. But them 20s.
Also now we have money.
Yeah, I was like, them 20s was broke and we was doing some ghetto ass shit.
Ghetto
you know?
shit. Very
Over here
ghetto.
drinking Taka vodka,
Ooh.
going to the club, trying to get in for like $3 in college. Yeah, free to get in.
Okay.
Speaking of that, you remember that time we went to 2020 and he was like, we're going to get that when before it was free. It was free before 10. It was at like 9:45.
Y'all was out all night?
Girl, by 12:15, we look at each other like,
But that
Are you
place
ready
didn't
to
close
go?
to like 4.
Yeah.
Did y'all
Yeah.
stay the whole time?
we stayed till about 2. And I
Yeah.
was like, we were
Ooh,
miserable
y'all did a
by that
shift.
point.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
They should have paid us.
Baby, I would have
Maybe
been
behind the
laid
ball.
out.
Yeah,
passed
hello.
out.
Something. Yeah. I mean, what you say?
So I wonder,
20s.
so for y'all as a woman, back in my 20s, I was going out all the time, didn't have not a dime. I had a couple of dimes, probably like 20 cents.
Yeah, right.
But I knew that I'm cute and these men gonna buy my drinks and I'm gonna be in somebody's
happened.
section. How was it for y'all back then?
I think I'm kind of on one hand anytime.
Huh? I said, don't you get up your line.
I was gonna say I can count on like maybe 1 or 2 hands about how many times guys will buy me a drink, you know, because they thought I'm attractive or whatever like that. That don't really just happen. And I don't really see it in gay world, you know. Like now I ask people like, oh, let me get you a drink, you know, like it's not the same. But yeah.
So back in them broke 20
Oh
days
yeah, back
when
in
you
the
was
broke
going
day.
out.
I mean, yeah, because I was in school, I had a job, but basically my job was to support the weekend.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Yeah.
it was
Okay,
just like
I get that.
I'm eating Jack in the Box, I'm doing all this stuff, ramen noodles to go out, and then do it
And
again.
then we had a system, baby.
We had a system.
We had a system.
What was the system?
So what we would
then?
do when we go to the club, we would go to the liquor store, and we would
Okay.
go buy Parmesan, some Taka vodka, and
Get
what
that
was the
before.
other thing?
Four Locos, Buzz Balls.
All of that.
Hell y'all.
All that.
Hell
So
yeah.
we would get to the parking lot of the club
Mhm.
and be just like drinking heavily for like 15, 20, 30
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So we got a nice little buzz when we get in the club.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
And, you know,
Well, I mean, that's what we used to do
Yeah.
too.
And then you get you like one little drink like an Incredible Hulk. That's when I had that moment.
Because you just needed that one
That
just to get
one,
you there.
yeah. And-
Or the blue
like,
motherfucker.
we gotta tell the truth though, because you used to flirt and I used to flirt. We used to be like,
So
one
y'all
of
was
these
having
niggas
y'all
in here
way.
was finna buy us some drinks. Well, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, we knew how to smile and bat our eyelashes
Yeah.
and be like, oh, you fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
True, 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 true.
And then here go my friend, you gotta buy him one too.
Now, period. It's two
Put
of
me
us.
on. Let's go.
Okay, so dressed down or dressed up?
Down.
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 I I mean, I do like to step out. Love to put on a little suit, a little razzle dazzle, you know. But like, I don't know. I like to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in these 30s, huh?
Oh, baby.
Good 30s.
Comfortable. That's why I don't
Comfort
like
is
going.
everything.
That's why I like going to certain places that have like dress codes and stuff because it's like I'm coming here to do some hood rat ratchet ass shit and like step on some furniture, and I don't need a blazer and a turtleneck on.
It's a
you know,
good, yeah.
I want to eat wings. I want to drink, and then also I'm only gonna be here for 2 hours. Like so.
Make it worth my while and comfortable,
exactly. Okay? On a fur coat.
Not a fur coat. How we got it all the way there?
I don't know. I'm just saying, that's what I be hearing when I hear dress code. I be like, damn, this thing want me to put on a goddamn fur coat.
I just want to put on some J's, a t-shirt, and some shorts, and I'd be like, okay,
we real black.
Enough for me to twerk. Okay.
Because when Nook If You Butt come on, I'm gonna be reciting it word for word.
I need to be able to get out there.
Yeah, with the best of them.
For the one time.
With the best of them.
Okay. Guys trip or a vacation?
Ooh, guys trip.
Guys trip?
I've never had the pleasure of doing that.
Okay, how do you feel? Because he look like he looks stuck
I know. I'm over here like, wow, really best
Answer
friend?
wisely.
Really best friend? Really best friend?
I mean, there's certain things I can do on a vacation I can't do with y'all.
You
Exactly.
can do that on a guy trip and just, hey, do it with not one of the guys.
It's a little different.
Oh.
I mean, because you got your man, it's some shit that y'all might like really be into, and you be like, I know
True.
that this is finna get some real like nasty shit.
Mm.
But I mean, on a guy's trip, be like, okay, I see him, okay, I fuck him, okay, whatever. But I mean,
It'd be
I
more
don't know.
exciting.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Hanging out with, we have had some trips and we have had some good times.
Mm-hmm.
But
But that's I think I think my level of fun is different. Like when you pleasing a person that you like entertaining and you trying to like impress or whatever. So you're gonna do a little bit, but then when you with your friends,
like real
like,
hood rat
bitch,
shit.
It's real hood.
We finna have some memories.
We finna have a
It's about to be epic.
Yeah.
You're gonna wake up and be like, bitch, what we did yesterday?
Yeah.
What happened?
Remember the time
I
you
be
slept?
wanting both
I woke
of
up and it was in New Orleans. And he won somebody he was dating. I can say names. I almost said it. I think
we heard it.
You basically said his
We
name.
heard it.
Basically said the child tried to.
Okay.
But it was my birthday. It was Mardi Gras, and I just was like, I feel somebody breathing on my neck. I do not know what is going on.
So
and I pulled the pillow
what
down.
happened was
I
got up and went to the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to get in the restroom when I was in the restroom. By the time I got out the restroom, he was laying in the bed with my boyfriend. I was just like, am I
Were you still drunk?
It was my birthday.
He didn't know what was. I was like, am I finna have a fight? Like, what is going on? And then he was like, bitch, I'm still drunk. I was like, okay, get your ass up.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
because that is my man.
Because
My
I'm over here
man.
My man.
When I came out of it, I was like, did I bring somebody home last night? What's going on? I know my friends that leave me out here like this.
Hold on, that was a good ass trip because we went for your birthday, wasn't it?
But that was a 20 trip.
You said to New Orleans?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was like 20,
baby,
20.
shit.
Yeah, I was like
was
24.
young.
Yeah, it was like
I was
really
with him a long time, but it was when I was young. But so me, 6 feet tall. Him, 6 feet tall. My boyfriend at the time was like 5'6", 5'7". Richard was so drunk that we.
Okay. Anyway, next question. Next question.
My friend, don't do that.
No, next question.
I know. Pack you into
Mardi Gras, my birthday, and in my 20s.
It was everything.
That's a combination.
It was everything.
It's
I know.
a serious combination.
Heard. They don't need to know all that.
about me. It's all right.
They don't need to know all that. Next question.
Ooh wee.
We still on icebreakers. This
Right. Ooh wee. He said he has grown. Okay.
Hello.
Passenger or driver?
Well, I'm gonna speak on the behalf of this person over here. That if you driving, you have to drive because every time I drive from the club or anything, he always falls asleep.
Every time.
Every single time. I'm a person where if I'm a passenger, I'm gonna be an active passenger. I want to give you snacks. I want to give you entertainment.
No, you want to, and then you also want to consult on the driving and.
I like
he
to
want to talk.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm drunk, friend. But see, he knows. Like we've been like this since we were like kids. Every time we go out, I'd be like, "Are you good enough to drive?" Now he was not so great. Okay, I'm gonna stay up. But he was like, "Oh, I'm cool. I'm good." Yeah. We went in an 8, everything. I'm like, "Bitch, I'm going to sleep."
And it's a recipe for sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I had it my way, and I won the lottery, the first person I would hire as a staff person is a driver. I do not like driving. I barely made it here. Like I can do 2, maybe 3, 4 hours.
Thank you for making it.
3, 4 hours. Like, but anything after that, I'm gonna take a break, take a nap. I can't even drive from Houston to New Orleans because I'm like, that's too long.
I ain't doing that no more.
That's 5 hours.
I'm
that's too long. Catch a flight. Like I'm a flight person.
Yeah. Top or bottom?
Of what?
However you want to take it.
I already know you be trying to set people up. This is a setup. I mean, I say I rise to all the occasions. Okay, so
top. Okay, you.
Okay.
right now. So
I like to be successful. I like to rise to the occasion.
Okay, all right.
We like that.
You will live only at the top. Okay.
Only.
All right. Dance floor or chilling at the bar?
Dance.
Shit.
Dance floor still. Like if you put some good music on,
you gonna be on the
if
dance
it's
floor.
the right music,
I'm gonna get us out there.
Let's.
I think if we was rating,
we can still put these needs still work.
Okay.
Speak about a good 15 minutes, and I'll be like, all right,
speak for your needs. Because my
needs have a max before they
needs
okay?
I don't know that person over there.
And these knees got to have a heel on them in order to actually function all the way.
Okay.
Because, baby, if I'm like in some flats and I'm trying to bend down to the ground, it's going to stop like right here at the, 90-degree angle? If I got on some heels, I could take it a little lower.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about it. The opposite. I don't know what it is about flat foot dancing. It just not work. Okay, it does not work.
Yeah, get you a little extra height.
It feel better with the little elevation. Y'all gonna have to try it one day. You know, we can try it at home.
Okay. But okay.
Let's see, I can see what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna take your advice on that. Yeah.
Okay, indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor.
Really?
I like to be outside.
You like the heat? It's hot. It feel like hell right now.
Yeah, okay, that's different. But no, like,
but yeah, you like.
If I have a choice to, we're gonna go to a snowy, cold weather place, we have to be in the house, or I get to be like half naked on the beach, sitting in the sun.
Oh yeah,
I'm definitely going to the beach. Yeah, every time. Yeah,
and see, that's crazy because I'm not an outdoor person, but I'm gonna pick the beach every time.
Every single time. I love being by bodies of water. So like, for that, I love water, love swimming pools, things like that. But I'm so obsessed with my house right now to where like I would rather pay anything to just stay home and like be in my bed, on my couch, chill with my dog, watching TV, cooking, all the things that I enjoy is at my house.
My home is like my peace place.
Hello?
Yeah.
That's why I don't have people over there. Like, y'all cool to come over, visit for a second.
You know,
baby, you can't buy peace nowadays, but baby, when I
you
walk
gotta
to that door,
it's like, it's me and my thoughts. Okay. It's like a big exhale.
The world don't exist inside my house. It's just
me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Hot or cold?
I remember this question last time. I said hot. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it hot. Like I like to sleep in the cold, but like I'm gonna keep it hot.
Same.
Hot.
Yes. Same.
I'd rather be cold if we talking about temperatures, like weather. But
I like the summer. Summer's my favorite. That's when I get active.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all
in the cold, I want to stay at home. It's not like putting on clothes.
But I do enjoy soup season. I love a good soup season.
Okay. I feel like
gumbo, dirty rice,
I like that
some not dirty rice, but
I feel like in the cold, I feel like that's when I can do my best dressing. I like wearing layers and
I ain't
adding
going
things.
outside when it's cold.
And then I feel like
I do like fall fashion to an extent, but then it's just like I gotta put a turtleneck on and I gotta put an overcoat on and I don't want to do.
And then Texas ain't really conducive of it because you buy all this shit or stuff and then you wear one time and you get to a place and then they don't have.
Then you gotta disrobe when you get outside.
They don't have coat check. They don't really have.
The look be nice though.
The looks.
It's cute for a good Instagram picture, but like I'm finna go take this shit off.
But we go anywhere.
But then or leave it in the car.
That's the one.
On the opposite side, people will be looking good in,
short shorts. Okay. Yeah, I feel you. I just don't like the sweat. That's just the prissy side of me.
Sweat.
Plans or surprises?
Surprises.
Ooh.
I am a planner though. When we go on trips, I like to have like an itinerary or like at least a skeleton of something.
Are you a person where you like to have a set itinerary?
No.
We gotta stick to the plan?
No, just like, hey, these are options. It's Wednesday, like this is what's going on in the city that we're in. We could possibly go to the museum. These are some kind of cool attractions nearby. These are some restaurants I like looked up. These is, like have some kind of, don't have me in a city
and we just
like, and then you wake up every day saying, what we doing today? You ain't got no, because every time I go somewhere, I want to be like, hey, I want to experience something, you know.
Can explore.
But I do enjoy, just being like, hey, just get in the car. We going on, a little road trip. All right, cool.
Yeah, I do enjoy somebody planning something for me.
Yeah.
And it's to my liking.
Agreed.
Agreed. To my liking.
Yeah. Because that you know me. Like, I really enjoy somebody that knows me. And it could be my man, family, friends, whatever. But you know me and surprise me with something that you know that's going to speak to me.
Right.
Baby, you got my heart. You got my heart. Sweetheart. Words or actions?
Actions. Because words mean absolutely nothing.
Not a damn
You
thing.
can feed me a dream and I'm looking at you.
Baby, they sound good.
Said.
Yeah.
Like, everything that you telling me is not what is happening.
At all.
You got to show me. But I feel like with Scorpios, it's like if you don't show us,
I'm not going to believe it ever.
Us,
baby. I got to feel it.
Because you can say, the sky is blue.
And I'm...
Right. And
I can know it's blue, but I'm like, bitch.
Right.
You have to
Bring it to me.
You have to put in work, okay?
Okay.
Big time.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds nice, but if there ain't no action behind it, then like, then what we doing? You just wasting my time. You know.
True.
That's why I don't even like texts. Hey, FaceTime me.
Call me.
Pull
something.
Up, some kind of way.
You are the FaceTime friend.
Ooh, child.
Voice memo.
Video memo.
I was just, okay, please don't do that to me. I was just like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, okay.
Then he was
like, when I texted him back, he was like, bitch, I said send me a video. I was like,
all right,
friend, well, let me
that's
that's
like throwing a little razzle dazzle out there. Ain't nobody doing it. So, I don't want you just texting me all the time. Throw me a nice little video. Let me see your face. Let's, what are you doing? What you wearing today?
So that's what you be expecting back every time is a video.
Well, I tell people up front, like, hey, I will get bored from just text.
Well, not just dating.
Just in general, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, y'all do it every once in a while, but I give y'all grace.
Yeah. Because I definitely it'd be like, because like when you send the video messages, it'd be in times where I can't actually, we never know what's finna come out.
Yeah.
So I'm not finna play that in front of anybody.
Exactly.
So it'd be like later on when I have to get back to it and then, I might not be in a position to record.
Right.
So I'm like, let me just respond real quick.
But if I do send that, then it's like, it's lighthearted. There's nothing like I need to know right now or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, when you get this, answer at your own time. It's kind of like a pen pal kind of situation. It's like, yeah, you can respond and then I'll get it. 4 days later, I respond. So it's no pressure of like a text, which is like sitting in your, like, if I open it, I read it, that person know. Like, no, you can watch it.
Sit with it.
Think about your answer.
Yeah.
Okay, think about your answer.
I know, that's right. Because that's what I do. Early morning or late night?
Late night.
Early morning.
Y'all was fast.
I do not like waking up.
You do like waking up, having another chance at life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't take it there, but I was just like, not like super early, but like, I don't know. I thrive more during the day. Yeah, it's like more opportunities.
I'd rather get up in the morning. And then it really depends on what I'm waking up for.
Okay. True.
Her.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Okay, so let's say 6. Late night or early morning?
Oh, middle of the day.
Morning.
I'm
middle of the day?
Afternoon to like.
Really?
I like to think about like, everybody at work right now. And we out here doing this.
We just over here having our time.
I
like that. Yeah. I mean,
catch
in the morning,
lunch,
it's like, I got a little pep in my step.
It's gonna start my day off right. Yes.
No, don't wake me up, for it. But like, we up. We naturally woke up.
Don't wake you up for that?
I mean,
shit.
I'm not saying don't.
Baby, wake me up.
I'm not saying don't
wake me up.
But I feel like I exert more energy throughout the day. So you catch me at the end of the night when you just like ready to go and you like, put me to sleep. I'm like, I'm tired. I mean, I'm going to go, but I'm tired.
I'm going to give you...
I had a long day.
I'm give you better.
You had a long day?
Really?
We can try this in the morning.
No. I'm like, in the middle of the day, like... just razzle-dazzle me.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a little lunchtime, you know, little lunchtime.
But then
that wouldn't be so bad.
I was gonna say I like multiple things, so it would be like throughout the
morning, noon, and night meal. Okay.
I like to do like throughout the day, but like in sessions, and then like kind of come back to this. Okay, because I'm ready.
All right,
now you going.
Okay,
Okay. So this is the last one. Dating app or in person? Like, would you rather meet somebody on the app or in person?
In person, because I feel like, and that's probably why I don't really be on it like that, or I take it seriously like that. If I am on it, sorry if anybody be trying to hit me up on my DMs or whatever. Like, I don't really take y'all serious, because it's like it's hard to put this into 140 characters. Not saying I'm all this in a bag of chips, but hello, I am.
All right.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to think of like, or my personality specifically to like come across in, words through a text or even a voicemail or whatever. Like, I need you in my face. I need to feel this vibe.
Same.
What's up?
I feel like you get the full version, like what it is, like blockbuster special in person.
I agree.
Yeah, unfiltered.
Because I find myself sometimes being real short, and I feel like sometimes it come off as rude via text, and I be thinking about having to go back sometimes and be like, I forgot to say hey.
Yeah, I gotta apologize. So, being in person is better because it's just like we could actually have a real conversation, and because like stuff can be so misconstrued via text, like you say, it comes off so rude. But it's like if we're having a conversation and we're face to face, I can read your body language. I can read your face. Like, do I like you enough to continue this conversation?
Right.
So,
and then I like to... go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and then I feel like sometimes it's easy for people to just get the line on some text messages and them not be themselves on some text messages. Right. So it's like, let me see you in person and see what's really going on.
What is really
I was going to say, it's to me, it's more definite, like in an answer. Like, so if we go on a date, and I always have an extra strategy. I never give people longer than an hour and a half. I always have something to do or whatever I got going on. So I'm giving you a 90-minute block. And then after that 90 minutes, I know like if I want to, do this again, make it, extend it for 3 hours or whatever, or, then I don't have to waste 2-3 weeks of texting you just to realize that like, oh, I don't like this person. And it's like, no.
It's the worst.
It's always the worst. And it always be the people that want you the most or like be all hype.
Yeah, they be so excited.
Like, you really just wasting my time.
I hate, and they be the ones that be chasing your ass for like months.
Right?
They be in your DMs for months. Like, okay, we gonna entertain
give it a chance.
And then we go out and be like, this is like watching
and be like, womp.
Like,
you did all of this for this?
For this. This is what I get after you've been chasing me for months.
You're like, I don't really know what to do. Okay, bye-bye.
Child.
Gotta go.
I heard somebody say one day that when you go to like a date or you meet somebody in person, start off with a shot. Because they was like, my conversation gonna be as long as it take me to drink this drink. And if I finish this shot, I can get ready to go. I can go with the quickness.
Yeah.
But if I order a whole drink, then I gotta really
sit there
finish
and be in the moment.
Yeah. Right. But the shot, I can just exit real fast.
I will slam a drink and
down,
walk out the door real quick. And walk out the door.
Slurp it up real fast.
Yeah. The pro tip is never order a drink with ice. So get you a daiquiri, a martini, something that's shootable.
Definitely not a frozen.
Yeah, definitely not a frozen, nothing over crushed ice as your first drink. So just in case if they get out here talking about some Trump 2020 or whatever, I don't know. Bye-bye.
I know that's right. Shit.
I would agree. I would agree 100%. I mean,
okay.
I have to tell y'all this story. I'm not going to tell it on the podcast, but of like a horrible date I went on, and it was like, I was just like, the whole bar staff was just like, are you gonna say something or
do we need to say something?
I ended up leaving my actual card at the bar because I like straight up was like, oh yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to the restroom. Close out my tab and like in the haste left it there. And then this person had to like meet up with me to give me my card back. I was like,
the person or the bar person?
I told them leave it at the bar.
Right.
Like they will ship it to me.
Well,
but fuck that card. I'm finna
cancel it and get a new one.
That's what I said.
I ain't going back.
But
I don't want to see you.
They were very adamant about it, and I couldn't block them fast enough. So.
Well, I want to start back with our last question that we ended on last week in part 1. And I know we already covered what age did you think that you or knew that you were gay. But I wanted to know, did y'all know that it was a possibility, like that was something, like did you see it around you? I mean, we know that your parents were, but outside of your household, did you see it around? We can start with you. Did you see it around you like that?
I mean, with his
him,
parents,
yeah.
I mean, that was it. Because I'm trying to think. No.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I used to sneak and watch. What was that show, Queer as Folk? When I was in
but that was like
high school. But I mean, like I didn't know.
But back when you knew that you were gay, like at the age that you knew that you were gay, did you see it outside of? Because I know y'all stay on the same street and everything, but outside of his parents, did you see it anywhere else?
So when I was thinking about it, I was just like, I don't know nobody that's gay that's my age that I can even have this conversation with. So it was weird. Like I knew when I knew I had a crush on this guy in high school, and I was like, why do I think this man is so handsome? Because it just didn't make sense to me. I was like, do I like boys? Maybe I like boys. And so I was like, no, I can't like boys because I don't know. I couldn't express it, and I didn't know how nobody to talk to. Because I couldn't just go to his mom and be like, Mama, I talk to you about something. And the way she used to talk to us, I was just like, nah, she is not finna talk to me crazy.
She gonna bring fire down her head.
Happen. And so, I just never really saw it. So it was just like, talking about it, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna keep this to myself until.
And I think for us, because like, we all went to the same school, we all knew that one gay kid that was out, that was.
We did.
Like, I mean.
Did we? Who was?
I mean, it was multiple. And
we got to high school.
By the time we got to high school, there were people that were like very authentic, living themselves, but they were like, not saying like we're so different or whatever, like, I don't know, you put so like gay is gay, like we said, is a spectrum. But to me, they were like superly flamboyant. They were like not what I thought I represented, or So I was like,
what you related to?
Yeah, and so then when I saw them, they were getting picked on in school and things like that. So I'm just like, well, no, I only know like this one gay kid, and like it's this guy, and I'm like, no, that was the only person in like our age group. And then outside of that, we talked about like RuPaul's Drag Race. But yeah, by my senior year or junior year, when I started watching like other shows, it wasn't a lot of people that kind of looked like me. And then of course we had like Black Planet and BGC, so we were seeing like women's on there, and I'm like, this is what I'm into, did this. And then even when I was in high school, like some of my crushes, I'm like, I know this person is not gay. Like I know he's not gay, but like this is the type of guy that I'm attracted to, and I can't help but have a crush on him. But I would never express it to him because I don't think he's that. You know what I mean? It just made it a weird dynamic. And so it was like, well, dang, like I think these girls are attractive, but I think I'm only attracted to them by proximity of who they're dating. And I want to be with them because I want to be their boyfriend or be looked at like.
Not you trying to take our man.
Not really, but like I want to take your man side. I want to be seen like that. I don't know what it was.
He just wanted to be the side dish.
Right. But
you cute, but your man fine too.
Like you real fine, but him. Yeah. So I don't know. It was just weird.
When we went to school, I don't know who gave me this pep talk, or not just saying it was a talk, but I just remember when I first went into going to Forest Brook, I was made aware that it was Dyke City. Is what the words was like. That's they used to call the lesbians Dyke, and just beware. Because they used to act like I'm gonna just talk to one, and I'm gonna just all of a sudden get pulled in like a trend.
Yeah.
And even when it came to me like cheering and stuff,
they're like, watch out for the basketball girls.
Yeah, or watch out for that. But this part was true though. We used to be cheering at the basketball games, boys games. We didn't cheer at the girls games, but the girl team would like come and sit right behind us. Yeah, when we'd be cheering. So somebody did tell me before then, like they gonna be sitting behind you. Watch what y'all do. And so I would be in my head like I'm gonna bend over.
But that's crazy though.
I
don't even remember.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like that's kind of cool that girls specifically, like more. I just want to say, like more
open and out there.
Open, like butch. I would say like lesbians that can do that and have that freedom to like be like, oh yeah, I'm looking at you, I'm checking you out. But like guys, we you get
you
beat up if you want something like that.
For a woman to be gay or sexually fluid than it is for a man.
Of course,
like
for girls to even like have that freedom to like, oh well, I went to college, my college years, or I did.
I kissed a girl and I liked it.
My college friend had sex, but I'm not gay. I just did a one-time thing and da 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 da. Baby, in our culture, if you
put your lips on that penis.
I was going to say that, but it was like, you are a punk, and that is all you
the line is drawn.
That is the line.
That's like the whole thing with Issa Rae, but like that was a great depiction of like how it was a double standard with like Molly having her girl moment, and then she was talking to the guy. I remember him, but like he was like, oh yeah, a dude sucked me off or whatever. But I was like, I know girls that have done a lot of things or been in full-on relationships with the woman, and they feel like, well, I don't need to tell that part of me when I'm in a relationship with a guy. I'm going on a date. I don't need to tell him this, but then you want me to tell you everybody I done had sex with, or if I even let somebody touch my penis or whatever that was a dude, then it's like, oh, like the double standard. And I know there's like that's what we said, it exists.
It's so crazy because I feel like I'm open about things that I have done, been through, but at the same time, I guess for me, just speaking for myself, I want a guy to just tell me what it is. Like if I ask you a question, don't lie about it. You know, just be honest.
That's general.
But at the same time, I can see, so I heard something the other day and they were like, it was a guy speaking and he was saying that his fiance had disclosed, or wife, I think it was his wife at this point, had disclosed to him that she did have girl-on-girl experiences. She did threesomes, but at this point in her life, that's not who she is. And now she's married. And so he felt like, well, you gave somebody else everything, but you're not giving me nothing as your husband. That was his words. And it was like...
a little manipulative.
That's
right.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think for us as women, I know sometimes, a lot of times with dating too, like I'm just naturally open and upfront. And so I'll tell the man that I'm dating everything. And then later on, they use it against you.
Yeah.
And so that's why sometimes you are kind of reserved about
certain things.
And I don't know, because I'm not a man, I don't know if that's how it is for y'all, but I just know with us dating, with women dating men, they will use that shit against you. So then it's like, okay, well, let me just keep this to myself.
Right. Yeah. I think it's same too, though. Like, I mean, women do the same thing. I think everybody does. When, you know, in the heat of the moment, you'll say, like, look at you with your Dookie Shaw's, Dookie Stains, draws wearing ass, like, you know, or whatever, like, that is kind of like personal, intimate to him, especially if you knew he gave head or something before, and you like, oh yeah, that's why you gay and you did it. So it's a lot of things. I could see both sides of being that, but it's been things that I've disclosed to people in the past, and they just kind of, I wouldn't say like used against me, because it's like I am open, or it's not like nothing like I'm ashamed of or whatever, but it was just like, you know, like, the way you kind of brought that up was kind of tacky. Yeah. You know, like, it's just kind of tacky. You know, I told you this, and it's like, I'm not ashamed of, like, you know, like, oh, I had sex with one of my friends or something like that. And you're like, oh, well.
But then when you try to weaponize it against me, it's like
that just kind of shows what kind of character you.
I was with this guy for a couple years, and we had very intimate conversations about like stuff I've done and things I've been through. And I can remember one time we had an argument, and he said something, and I was just like, really, nigga? Yeah. Really? You gonna really bring that up and then use it against me in this moment? And like it just be the most random thing. I'm just like, first of all, why that one thing after all the shit I told you?
And it's never, it's never like nothing like I said, that's super bad. It's just like, okay, I just.
Or sometimes it can be, even around, like, let's not even talk about what we've done, like, sexually or dating someone. It could be like a trauma experience that you've been through in your past, and then the person, when y'all in the heat of the moment, they just try to throw it at you and be like, that's why.
That's when you know. Leave that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, they say hurt people hurt people.
Because you're emotionally.
Because you gonna use my trauma against me in this moment, you ain't shit.
At all. Period. Point in the blank. Okay. So I guess y'all kind of answered this question I wanted to ask y'all. But so I guess we don't really have to go for it. But I was gonna ask, did y'all know any other gay guys or girls around y'all's age? I
mean, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
And I think that too was why I resented or was not okay with being super open about it, because it was like, this is what you represent, you know, like not blaming anything on anybody because, you know, it's just a thing that I just thought in my head. It was like, well, if you were a better representation of what gay is, you know, because once I like knew, I was like, okay, I know I like boys, but I don't want to be compared to this person. I don't want to think, but if you was like a little bit, not say less, or you just kind of was if there was a bigger spectrum, then I feel like that would be less of the problem. And then it's like, now we see like, oh no, we have a lot of representation and people see a multitude of the spectrum. It's just hatred in the world. So it's not really that person's problem. But like, yeah, when we were younger, we all knew gay people, but we just like, I just personally was like, that's why I kind of kept it in, because it was like, I don't want people to think I'm over here like that or whatever. So I'd be like, ugh. Like kind of like turned off by it a little bit. But yeah, we, you know, but not many, you know, I didn't have like a club like now, you know.
Right. A whole community.
Right. Like it wasn't no like, we wasn't going out. And then like also too, because I didn't come out to after like college really. And when I started acting on it and going, I say acting on it, by actively going out to gay bars, I was like 22, 23. So I was like what considered as a late bloomer. So I was coming in not late bloomer.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know anything. I was like, you know, compared to like other people that was starting like 16, 17, now even younger. So, yeah, I was just like...
it was the same for you?
I mean, yeah, but I like to piggyback off of what he just said and then what we talked about in part one. There was a misconception of what gay is supposed to be. So if you told somebody that you were gay, everybody thought that you were this. I'm like, but I'm not that. And it's like, even in high school, we knew the person that was just like, oh, well, he's obviously gay.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know.
I think like you said, like in high school, it was some people that I knew were obviously gay, but I think it was just, I guess I don't know, because it was like, I think it was what was put in our heads. Right. Because when I thought of gay girls back then, it was like butch.
Yeah.
It wasn't the girly girl. You know what I mean?
The same people thought the same thing about gay guys. They thought it was
like girly boy. Yeah.
And it's so crazy now to be like in our 30s and see people that are, you know, in different spectrums of our lives and aspects. You'd be like, oh shit, you know, we actually know now, like, I mean, going out to the club and seeing dudes that we knew, it was like, oh shit, like, oh, you gay
But
now?
do you think, I think the world, the climate college that we're in now is kind of changing that, because now you actually see it on TV.
It's more socially acceptable to be gay.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but sometimes I feel like it's a fad and people just kind of like, oh, I'm going to tag along with this just to see like where I can get.
Right.
But also, too, I think social media kind of plays a part, because back when we was growing up, we didn't have no visibility of anything.
Yeah,
right. It wasn't no clout.
No designer, what other people look like, how they were living their lives, you know, so we didn't see anything. So now we're exposed to this kind of stuff. And now you can see that, like, if I was a child right now, I could see that there is a full diaspora of what I could represent.
Yeah.
But back then, it was like who was around us.
Yeah.
And that was it.
I mean, yeah, it's like I didn't know nobody from Iowa or nothing like that, you know.
Right.
You know, but then it's like
still don't know nobody from Iowa.
I do, but
look,
are they black?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I know 4 people from Nebraska and all 4 of them are black.
Wow.
That is so random.
I just had this conversation with somebody last week about black people from Nebraska.
I was like, damn, Nebraska probably lit. It's like,
no, it's probably just all 5 of them.
All 5 of them. They all know me. Yeah. But no, it's like, it's, I mean, I guess that's a great thing of having social media and things like that, to be, you know, at the click of a button, you can see like a multitude of, you know, things like that. So and I know we kind of talked about it a little bit on part 1, was like having that representation or having these conversations, it makes so much impact that people don't see, because, you know, it's like having language is basically the biggest part of it. Because like, you know, me not knowing how to identify something as something, and I'm over here trying to describe this chair, and I'm like, if you've never seen the color blue, like, it's hard for me to tell you what it is. Yeah. But then once we all seen it, we done all talk, you're like, oh, you talking about that blue chair? Like, you know, it makes it so much easier. So like having conversations and then people learning, you know, and being okay with like, hey, I don't understand this, or this is not really my platform. And I always tell people, like, you don't have to understand it, you just got to respect it, you know.
And you know what I also want to add to that, I think that it's interesting, because I feel like people that could be family of yours or distant friends or just in your circle, they might not have been comfortable to have these kind of conversations with you and like dive deep to just know what's really how you just exist, who you are as a person, right? But then when they look back and see you opening up like on platforms like this, they might feel a little bit more comfortable and say, okay, well, maybe I can talk to them about this. I say it's interesting because I don't know, for me, I just feel like people that I love, like, let's talk about it. What's going on? It's regular conversation for me.
Yeah, that's not how it is with a lot of people, unfortunately.
I mean, too, like, I do think it is a bit tacky, or that's not the word I want to say, but I don't know. It's very intrusive for you to just come up and ask somebody like, "Hey, are you gay?" Or what do you identify as?
But if I know that you're gay,
right? But I mean, too, it's like if I'm trying to get to know you, or I'm trying to shoot my shot, like you the only way to know is if you ask. But then also, like, that's a personal thing, and I think like coming out stories, or like I tell people, it's like, hey, don't pressure everybody to come out, because some people don't have the same support. They don't have the same what's the word I want to say, privilege, or rules and regulations and things like that. Safety is a thing. Everybody don't have that. So some people's journey is what is this going to be because of, like, you might live in a country where it's against the law, or, you might get killed, or, you about to lose your job, and, type of thing. So it's like,
but you know what? I kind of, well, I'm just going to say it. I feel bad sometimes for some people who can't just 100% authentically live who they are.
Yeah.
And not feel comfortable. Like they live their whole life, not ever being able to just authentically be themselves and just come out. But I do understand the pressures behind that. But at the same time, like, I could imagine it probably could feel a tad bit miserable at times, not being able to just live as yourself.
Yeah. Ooh, you talk about, like, to piggyback off of something that Richard said earlier a few minutes ago, was just, I feel like in our generation there was the whole gay family thing. Like, I feel privileged. I feel like it's a privilege that I have the family that I have, because, well, certain people in my family was just like, okay, so what? The sky is blue, you gay, it don't really matter. Right. But I feel like with a lot of people that we grew up with, they didn't have the same experiences that we had. We had friends that were kicked out. They had to go live with these older gays, and this is why they call them mom, dad.
And then that's how they got into the ballroom scene and things like that.
Because they were forced out of the place that they were supposed to be comfortable.
And for me, and until like, I would say maybe the last like 5-10 years, like to see that was not only depicted, like that was always depicted on like, TV and shows and stuff. Like, oh no, these are people that I actively know that have this experience. Because I thought like, oh, that's TV stuff. Like nobody really get kicked out of the house.
No, I knew it was different. Like, I had a friend that told me, it was just like, well, yeah, I came out at 14. Right. And I was put out the same day. And I was like, well, what the hell did you do at 14?
Right. Yeah. Like, how do you don't know nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
take care of yourself.
You know anything. So it was just like, it's a sad reality that a lot of people in our community had to go through that. Especially, I feel like now it's not really a thing, but back then, it's not as big of a thing as it was. I feel like
it still happens though.
Yeah, it still happens.
Because I had a client that is a pharmacist, and she works at a clinic that does like community outreach, and specifically to the LBGTQ community.
Queer.
And I know, right? And so she told me just recently that she met a little boy that was 14 years old, same age, and told his parents, and he was put out on the street. And he got to the point where he was now basically prostituting to make money to be able to take care of himself, because what else was he gonna do? He's 14 years old, and just unfortunately, this particular clinic, they go out to the streets and actually actively, like, try to reach those people who need just health care and just need assistance. And so she's just been having to make sure that he found a home and, had health care and just was being taken care of as best as what she can do for him or the clinic can do for him. But yeah, it's still happening. Yeah. And that's
like, you don't even have life skills at 14. Like, you
don't know who you are.
You don't know anything.
That's the moment that you're trying to figure out who you are.
Right. You have to go learn how to make money, feed yourself.
I couldn't even
protect yourself at 14.
Okay,
I think I still burnt like what's that? Grilled cheese sandwiches. I was still like, no.
I wasn't interested, but I wanted to ask y'all because y'all touched on this a little bit. Mm-hmm. How was it for you coming out to your family?
On my mom's side of the family, it was just like, okay, cool. Mm-hmm. And I was really nervous about it because my grandmother she's a Kojic woman. She's very into the church.
Kojic is like, serious.
When I had the conversation with her, she was like, baby, I may not agree with your lifestyle. However, I love you. So whatever you choose to do, whoever you choose to love is between you.
That's nice.
God. That has nothing to do with me. And I was like, okay. But my thing is, before I came out to anybody, I told my sister, like, my sister's like my road dog, that's my girl. And I always told myself, I was like, if I don't have nobody in this world, I got my sister. Shout out to my little sister. But I just was like, that's my girl. And it was like, I told my mom, and she was like, okay, yeah, I just knew I was ready for you to tell me. I was waiting for you to tell me. Now we get it to my father's side of the family. Okay, so with my dad, it was so random because I was like, I have to tell him. So it was this 1 week. I went to his house every day. Now, if anybody knows me and my father, we don't really have the greatest relationship. So I knew it was a red flag for him. I was like, why is he here every day? And it's like, I would look at him, we would shoot the shit. And I was like, I just could never say it because being a Black person and you come from a family of hyper masculine Black men, how the fuck I'm supposed to tell my dad that I'm gay?
Yeah.
Right. And so that was just always in my mind. So I never got to really tell him before his family outed me to him. And so he just called me one day. He was like, are you gay? And I was just like...
Just straight to the point.
He just was like, you gay? I was like, yeah.
Wow. What age was this?
I was like 22. 23. Okay. I was 23 because I was with my first love at this time. And the crazy part about it is my dad came to my graduation. My first love was literally at my graduation. He was at my house. He came into my apartment and I was asleep and he was sitting right next to me on my laptop. And when I woke up, they were having a conversation. And I was thinking like, you didn't think nothing at this time? So when I got outed to him, I was just like, look, it is what it is. If you don't fuck with me no more, you don't fuck with me no more. And it's like we've had a lot of struggles ever since then. And it's just like our relationship never really recovered, which is fine. Like at this point, I've accepted it. It is what it is. And there's like other people in his family, like his mom, I don't call her my grandmother. That's just the woman that birthed my father. She was very disrespectful. Like, she caught me at church and told me that, oh, we have to talk about your lifestyle because I don't agree with it. And I was just like, well, it's not for you to agree with how I live my life. Nobody talks about you and the glass house that you live in, so why are you coming at me? And so from that day on, I don't talk to her, like, at all. And then he has nephews and stuff that I just don't fool with. And it's just like, I am who I am. Either you gonna love me or you not. And I'm gonna live who I am in my truth. You don't have to be a part of my life just because we're related via blood.
Period.
I have people like this one. This is my family. I don't have to fuck with you. I choose my family.
Right. At this point,
so it doesn't really matter.
Period.
And mine's short and simple, sweet. I didn't really have the support from my daddy family on my dad's side, outside of my father. I will say that. Shout out to you, Daddy, if you watch, who's my best friend. Prior to even me coming out, I mean, it was just something, I don't know, about like people just supported the women kids. And so my dad was the only one who had kids out of his siblings. So I just always, even as a kid, was just treated different, because of like they would just give them presents and stuff like that. So I just kind of already drew the line and saying my grandmother, nobody from my dad's side came to my high school graduation. I didn't even notice it. That's how messed up it was because my dad stopped talking to them. So I was like, why you stopped talking? He's like, oh yeah, none of them came to your graduation. You the only one that went to college on my side and this is a big thing. And I was like, child, I always saw them as the people I see once a year. So I didn't really come out to them, so that's fine. My dad and he came out to me. I came out to him a couple years later. And I think, too, you had talked about something. I think it's and the reason why he was really hiding about it is because he said it's something about coming out as gay that you feel like or people in society look at you as less than a man. Like you lesser than, not even being, like I can't take away being black from you. I can't take away from anything, but like you feel lesser than a man. Like you feel more emasculated. So that's why he didn't want to come out to me. So when I came out to him, I was like, oh, I kind of get that feeling. I understand what you were going through. My mama, cool, whatever. Everybody, I mean, like y'all, I just took y'all to the club. Like I just took you to the club and was like, hey, you're going to see me talk to some people. I'm going to know a lot of men in here. But I think my funniest story, though, that I would say, shout out to whatever the story, but I was in the line of Jack in the Box, and I never forget this. And I was with one of our cousins, and we go to order, and it was like, oh, yeah, blah, 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 take your time. So I go, and I proceed to send the same text message that I was going around sending to everybody, right? And she gets the message, looks, and was like, did you mean to text me? And I was like, yeah, I think you need to read it. So as she reading it to herself, and then she kind of like started expressing like, I will always love you. I know who you are. This, you my family. Da-da-da-da-da. And we having a whole powwow, right? But we're stuck in the line, And then after, some things had said, whatever, cuts to the lady at Jack in the Box was like, hey, I don't mean to interrupt y'all, but I know you're having a personal moment. Are y'all ready to order?
Y'all at the drive-thru speaker?
Was floored. I was like, not that this lady...
She didn't listen to everything.
All your business.
I said, I thought I was coming out to one person.
So when you pulled up to the window, you was like, hi.
I was like, I couldn't even make eye contact with nobody at Jack in the Box. I didn't go to that Jack in the Box for like months. Because I was like...
On Mason and Tillwell?
Yeah. Because I was like, these people know my business now. Because you wanted to read it and be like, oh, well, I don't think he meant to text me. And put no. Read the whole thing. Text back. Text back.
Why you in the car with her?
And it was just us two.
You just uncomfortable.
I was so uncomfortable. I just think, but that's like, to me, when everybody asks me my coming out story, I was like, that's the one I always think about, because it was like, I was just like, child, I just wanted some tacos.
Right.
With a side of buttermilk ranch.
No, you gave her a side of buttermilk ranch, all right.
I gave her and she was like, I don't mean to interrupt y'all. I know y'all going through something very personal. I was like, Lord, get me out of here.
She done got a whole earful.
I wanted to...
Just like them people at, what we said last week?
Adore.
Okay.
Because the way that girl turned around, she was like, oh, and I was like, oh.
Child, they got a whole earful. Anywho. But what I want to know, when y'all did come out, did any of y'all friendships change?
Nah.
Not the eye roll.
Yeah. But I mean, I would say it was already like, fair weather friends. It was always people that I was cool with or cordial with, that we had this tie because just being in school so long, and you go to college, you get different friends, blah, blah, blah. And even when I removed myself from college and I came back home and then I started actively going out and then I started being gay, I don't think the friendships that I lost were because I was gay. I think it was just like, oh, y'all
outgrew it.
Yeah, y'all, like y'all starting families, y'all pledging, y'all doing all these things, y'all going to grad school. We come or even we live in the same city and we're not going. Yeah, we don't hang, and it's like it's no bad blood with some of the people that I'm currently friends with or not, but it just was like we were interested in going out to the gay club every single weekend, and people were hitting me up talking about, let's go to... I don't want to go there. I don't want to be around a whole bunch of straight people right now in my life, because this is my new thing. I'm having fun. So I wouldn't necessarily say that as a direct reflection of that. I did have some situations in my family change, even though that was super weird, where everybody was accepting of my mom or my mom and my dad's unity, but then they come to me and then it's like why I gotta be the F word? That okay, well fuck you too. But outside of that, I would say, yeah, I mean, we have some friendships that are over there, that they're over there, but I think one, maybe two, was because of that. And then also, we have a cousin, but like I think it's just because of I want to fight, and that's just what it is. It's just on site. So unless I get my round, ain't no coming back from that.
Like we all got that one cousin.
Nah.
I still, to this day. So back in the day, we used to have a family group chat, and it was me and all my cousins on my daddy's side.
Oh, child, that's to the group chat.
Okay.
And this one particular cousin said something to me in the group chat. When I say my brother had to call me and stop me because I had got up out of my bed at 11 o'clock at night, put on my sneakers, and I was like,
on your good road. Yeah.
And we finna have round after round because I'm finna beat your ass because you're not finna be disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
Don't let the gay fool you, nigga. I'm still a nigga.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm the big nigga. And I will whoop your ass, like, regardless of the fact. And every time I see him, my dad'd be like, you need to chill out. I was like, he say the wrong thing. I'm gonna turn this motherfucker out.
Yeah, just one time.
Swear to God.
Yeah.
I don't care where we at, church.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm flipping over the
No. I do have a few rules on grounds on site. Like if you at your parents or your child's funeral or I'm at mine, I'm gonna give you.
That's got a little bit more.
Not the funeral.
Okay, wait a minute. That went a little too far. But I agree.
I thought you was going to say birthday party at house.
No,
I agree.
Or wedding, or at your wedding, or specifically mine.
I'm not going to the wedding. So
Right.
I'm just saying, like, these are the only, like, chances that would be like, I'm going to give you a pass this day. But once our eyes lock, it's on site. And until I see, like I said, said person.
And it don't matter if jail is a consequence.
I don't care.
Okay.
Well, no.
I just want to know.
Mine ain't that serious. I got too much shit to lose.
I mean,
I've gotten to an age. Now, however, if I just so happen to be at the park and I see you.
I'm slashing your tires.
We finna box. I don't care if I'm 75 years old with a cane and I see you, bitch. I'm finna beat your ass.
I'm gonna throw a rock at you or something.
Like,
my thing is
just like the level of disrespect. It's like I can take a lot,
right?
And I can deal with a lot of shit, but when you disrespect me, oh baby, it's on site.
And it's crazy because like we just get it. We get it all the time through legislature, through just walking down the street and somebody be like, "Dang it," and I'm like, "What?" Why I gotta be all that? I'm just existing.
Why I gotta be in it?
I'm like, I can't tell you how many times. I mean, like how many times, but I mean, you just see it. It's like you, and then you just like, we tired. I'm tired of the disrespect on all aspects.
Yeah.
But then I get it from you, and it's like directly, and I see you, and I know you, baby.
Since Ben,
and
you know,
and you ain't never had to do that, so nah.
That's my thing. Is just like, okay, I don't, and this is my thing. I will accept you for who you are, good, bad, and indifferent. So because I like men, or I like to sleep with men, or who I choose to love.
You know what? I can't.
I don't get that. But then the caveat to all this is those people are the ones that are the fucking closeted gays. Because one thing is, why you hate me so much?
Right?
Are you mad because
you jealous?
Right, you jealous because I'm walking in who I am. Like I'm Deon, baby. I'm gonna walk in this every day, all day. If I want to walk around with a gay flag on, that's me. But your ass is miserable because you can't seem to figure out who you are and why you can't walk the same way that I walk.
Yeah.
You know what I just don't get? I feel like, especially within the Black community, I feel like as Black people, we had to go through so much just because we were Black, just because we were born Black.
Right.
So how dare you sit around and judge somebody just because of a sexual orientation? That this is nothing that you just, because for me, wholeheartedly, I believe that it's nothing that you just wake up one day and decide, oh, I just want to be gay today. Like, it's in you.
Yeah.
Like, you're born, it's just in you or whatever. And so how can you, like, be just so judgmental and so harsh on a group of people that are just who they are?
Yeah, I always thought it was like a pecking order. I think it's like some people want to put other people down to feel like they are higher up, you know. White people always want to do it to Black people or anybody that wasn't white, you know. And then they even excluded like the Irish people, you know. And so like you just see it in history. And so then it's just like a learned behavior of like, if I can separate myself from a group of people, we are seen as more valued or higher class, you know, society, you know.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's just repetitive, but it's like, okay, but are you happy?
Yeah.
Like, are you happy?
Right.
Like, you might have more money than me or whatever in the bank, so you think because you drive a Rolls Royce or whatever, or like because you straight and you go home to your heterosexual life, like you think you better than me?
Right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not at all.
That's fine, baby.
So, like, speaking on like Black people, you know how we had to code switch as Black people. I don't know if y'all did it, but I did it.
Ooh, yeah.
Voice changes, okay? You know, growing up. And so, did you ever feel like in y'all's work environments that you had to code switch in regards to you being gay? Or just hiding, you know, your sexuality in those type of environments?
In certain situations, yeah, especially with my job now, I'll be like, okay, put on your butch voice, butch it up, put on a nice little shirt, when you're on the Zoom call with everybody, you got to be this person. But then sometimes be like, okay, fuck y'all. This is who I am. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care.
Right.
But it was just like, yeah, it's just. I just feel like that's embedded in Black people, period. And then it's like we're Black and we're gay, so it's kind of like we have to do that, especially in going to the fucking barbershop. Like not just work, but going to the barbershop. That shit.
That is the one.
Used to give me anxiety.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
like, goddamn. And I'm sitting here with a whole bunch of niggas that's talking about bitches and doing all this shit. I'm like, okay, wait, I fuck my niggas.
Right.
It's like, I mean, can I have a conversation?
Right.
And I still do that, you know, and that's so crazy because when I saw that on the questions, I was like, that's like I would say to me, the biggest aha moment is like not really around work or certain things. Like sometimes, you go in certain spaces and you just like, look, I'm not about to be showing all of me, to everybody, but like, especially, being a kid and just feeling a little way or whatever. And you didn't really see a lot of queer barbers. You didn't see, and that's like, and then even too, like and you double down on being Black, it's like you only had like your barber. I don't have like maybe 10 people that have touched my head in my life that's cut my hair.
Baby, that's a relationship that I was.
And that is like a thick relationship.
Okay.
That's a good relationship.
And it's crazy that we don't really just as Black men, just in general, or maybe every man, but you don't really have 47 barbers or you have one on call. Like, no. The person that come out here,
my barber is my barber.
That is the one.
That is my
I don't go to no. If you busy, I'm not going nowhere else. But then I've had a situation where it's like I think I wasn't really. I just felt uncomfortable on like the way the conversation was going in the shop, and like they don't know me. I'm not speaking up. I'm just sitting here, and then somebody voicing this, and they saying certain things or slurs or whatever, and it's like, all right, instead of me causing a scene and doing all this, like I'm just not gonna come back in no more.
Ever again.
Like, because this is like professionalism,
Yeah.
101, right? But to be like, I've been going to a barbershop since I was like 5, 4, whatever. And my mama picking this person out. Then now I'm getting older and I pick my own person or whatever. But the guy that has been cutting my hair for the longest, he asked me a question when I came back home and was like, I just needed a haircut or whatever. He was like, oh, how Austin, did this. He's like, yeah, I hear you fucking bitches and did this. And I was like,
where you heard that from, first of all?
Well, that's what he was asking me, like, I bet you out here, you probably got some girls, did this. And I had to be like, oh, hey, man, I'm gay. And he was like, oh, I didn't know that. And I was like, damn, like, I've been knowing you since 6th grade.
Yeah.
And I just don't really have this rapport to you. Like, we text, I need to get a cut. We don't talk outside of work, how your family doing. They just, like, he cut my mama hair, like, whatever. But I just was like, damn, I didn't really tell Jimbo. I ain't come out to my barber. But also, like, well, are you going to control the crowd if things get weird? But, like, code switching in the barbershop, I think, is, like, a big thing that I talk to a lot of Black men about. And then now you start seeing, like, queer bartenders, like, that are cutting people hair that are all their clientele is gay or, like, lesbians that want to fade or, because it's like, now I feel comfortable. I go to a doctor, I feel comfortable talking to you about, or just being me. And I think that is just so weird that we have to go through that.
It's strange that we have to go through that. I'll say I have a good ass barber, like Punch.
Yeah.
Punch the barber in Houston. He's dope. He's so damn cool. We was having a conversation about something. I was just like, I got a nigga. He's like, okay, cool. And we just continued our conversation like it's nothing. We follow each other on Instagram, and I'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, my homie. That's my homie. Well,
I recently gave my barber my Instagram in Austin. I was like, oh, because I went to I went to shout him out on the cut, and, give him a little love, and I was like, oh well, I'm gonna give you a follow. Obviously, if you follow me, you will get a sense of who I am. Right. So, I mean, I would think that will be kind of interesting the next time I go back and for him to be like, oh, well, you get into some, because like everybody want to know I think it's just like, as you, as being a professional, you want to have that rapport and talk to your client. But then also it's like, well, you getting a little personal. I have just enough conversation to talk about? I treat it like this weekend and I treat it like
my
Uber.
Clients get very personal in the first visit.
I try to keep it like Uber.
But
that's different for y'all though. I think
my hair.
Yeah. But I also think it also has something to do with the person, like the barber or the stylist that you with, and if they make you feel safe enough to go there. And it's like, I guess because also too the history of what you guys have been through and having to come out and having to do all these things,
and
unpeel all these
barbershop
layers
with a whole bunch of dudes, and they'll be like, "Oh, he sucked
It's just so random that you have to come out to the most random person. I got to come out to my barber
too.
But
like,
then
my barber.
But then
like, really?
I've seen this man 52 times in a year. If I go get my haircut every
fucking week.
Right.
So it's like, why not? But then also, why do I tell you?
Why do I have to?
I gotta tell you, and then you gonna tell everybody at the shop, and then all your regulars gonna know, and then the whole shop gonna know. Oh, they gonna suck the guy that sucked it. You know, like, oh, okay. And then also too, like, I don't really know what vibe y'all on. You know, like I think it's very, especially, you know, people that are out and comfortable and being themselves. It's like, you know, you still have DL and closeted people, and then people that's gonna try you and stuff like that. And shout out to them, that's cool. But like, people they be like, oh, well, you know, uncomfortable around gayness. It's like, no, I'm more uncomfortable around straightness sometimes because it's like, I know what I'm going to do and what levels are intimacy, but I don't really know you that well to know if you are kind of hitting on me or you going to try to like, you know, do some weird shit, like get me drunk or whatever, or, you know, so I'm in a whole room full of people that I just don't know, like, what y'all vibe, you know, I'm just trying to get a cut.
Right.
I just want to look good for the gram and go home. You feel me?
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
When you tell my appointment is at 1:30, nigga, I want to be at 1:25. I'm trying to be out.
And I ain't coming for no revolution today. Like, I don't want to have to fight.
How you? Good? Same cut? Yep. Cool. It's going to be 15? Cool.
And then y'all haircut appointment is fast enough so where we can just, let me look on my phone real quick. You done? All right, cool.
Everything looks good.
At this point, just line this bit up, bro.
Right, it's 5 minutes. I don't have to be 5 minutes.
I got locked. So, like, sir, just go in a circle a couple times, knock it out.
So I wanted to end this before we get out of here with one last question. A little 2-part question.
Okay.
Are y'all dating to get married right now? And how is just the dating scene?
Ooh, child, the dating scene. And I'm not.
And do you see yourselves getting married? That's really the question.
Okay.
Do you see yourself getting married?
I do see myself getting married if I'm with somebody that is a deal breaker for them. I think we talked about it on the last one. It's like, I never really saw it as an option. So it's kind of like, if it happens, it happens. Would I like to see it? Yeah, but it's not. If I met somebody and they were like, absolutely did not want to be married and it was like the love of my life, then I'd be okay with that. Same with kids. It's like, it's not a deal breaker for me. Like, a deal breaker for me is like, if you don't like dogs, because I have a dog, you know? So, like, that's more of a, you know, they say it's more of a definite that I know that is like, hey, this not going to work.
Right, because I ain't going to get rid of my dog just to date you.
Right. Hello? The fuck? But you said, am I date? So I was gonna say, like, yeah, I do contribute to the pee in the dating pool, you know, like, cause I mean, like, I ain't shit either, but you know, people don't know that.
Well, they know that, bitch.
I'm like, but I'm saying, you know, everybody be making that joke, like, it's pee in the dating pool, like, girl, like, we all ain't shit, we all garbage. But
I was about to say,
I'm an upstanding citizen.
I know.
I will say, I am the villain in somebody's story.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna say that.
That's.
Nah, I will say
I'm not gonna say the villain in somebody's story.
But they was lying on me though.
Yeah, they don't know my life. But I would say actively, no, I'm not dating. I decided to take a break or not even try because it was like, I'm in a new city. I wanted to, you know, get accustomed to that. I told myself 1 year, that time is expired. But also, like, I don't think I'm in the right headspace to where, like, people can kind of, you know, like, y'all know my lifestyle. Like, I'm busy, I'm traveling, I'm doing things. So, like, if you want to sign up for it, cool. But I throw out all the, not saying my flags are red, I throw out all the things of like, hey, these are obstacles that we might have conversations about in the future. So I'm giving you a little preparation for that. And just think but I would love to date. It can never be the right time. It's never gonna be the right time.
And the person that's for you, the person that's for you is gonna accept what all you have going on in your life, and it's just gonna mesh well. True. Yeah. And that's that. Yeah. On that. True.
But yeah, I'm open to dating. I'm open to being. Yeah, I'm open to
hit them up.
Hit them up. Hit the hips.
Get my friend out the
streets. Get him out the streets.
I am not in the streets, but I'm not inside. I'm kind of casually walking.
Get him out the streets.
I'm in the sidewalk, but if I get a push,
not the sidewalk.
You know, I'm like, you know, I'm the gentleman, so I'm like closest to the street. You know, so I'm gonna let you walk towards the door.
Okay.
Shout out to the real guys that got that. You know, because you know, men, you need to.
They not meaning.
Yeah, they not meaning like they need to be. You need to be close to that street, have your lady to the side, or your person that you care about,
partner.
you know, your partner, protect them. So like I'm I'm like not really in the street, but like
where they at?
if a bike come, that foot might fall on the curb and touch the street.
He is stupid.
So what about you, my love?
Please don't lie.
Always dated to marry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that started with like my first love. Like he really instilled in me of like, okay, we're gonna do this shit. I was like, we 19, what you mean?
Right.
But it's like every relationship that I've been in, that's always been the goal. And I am not single. So, you know, my plan is to maybe, you know.
Sure.
Right.
I forget these drop weekly because I was like, friend, don't say it because you know by the time this come out, you might be. But I was like, nope. I was about to say, you are. With him. Faith, I'm here.
That man is in a relationship.
Yes, you're in a relationship, and I love that for you.
And he's working on marriage.
And you're working on marriage.
I know that's right. My man.
Lock it.
I can't wait to say that again.
If you like it, then
I mean, my ring
on
is
it.
bad, but
mine too. Let me switch this because it does not mean that I'm married.
It's blinking on that ring finger, honey.
Are you dating? Are you looking? What's up?
I mean, I'm open. I'm ready for the Lord to send my husband, child. I'm ready.
Please.
Open, single, ready to mingle, however you want to put it.
Right.
Ready, okay, for the right one.
For the right.
Because I'm tired of playing, and these men ain't mening out here, and I'm tired of playing.
That's always the ones you be like, oh, could be my husband. You be like, damn, I've been with you 3 years, and this shit is not going.
It's not husbanding. Yeah,
nowhere. I mean, hell, he know I've been with you.
Right. I don't know, and that's just my thing. Is like I'm not trying to waste time. You know,
at all.
That's
the point that I'm at.
At this
point,
that's
the point that I'm at,
baby. But 35 is knocking real hard, and it's just like I don't have time. I mean, I know life is long and it's a lot long thing to do.
But nobody have no time to waste.
Right. But I think that's wasting with you.
That's great. I always say on my experience to have these things to learn about myself, to know, be like, okay, look, this is how I'm coming to you as a package, knowing these things about myself. This is what I expect. You know, like you set those boundaries. This is how I would, you know, this is my love language. You know, I prefer calls over text or whatever, you know, like, and like actively knowing that. And it's just like, it cuts a lot of it out. So,
but see, I feel like now at the age that I'm at, and you know, prayer and therapy has really brought me to being the person that I am. And it's just like when I meet somebody, look, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. You can deal with it. We can go and see what the Lord gonna say with us too. But if not, you go over there, I'm be over here. Every time I say you want to drink, hey baby, how you doing? We can shit to shit, but all that. It's
Keep
just
moving.
like I was very upfront about. I was like, look.
But you know what? In my world, I have gotten to the point where I be feeling that. But now, in this day and age, who I am today, I'm not telling these men what I'm looking for in a man, what I want and what I need, because these people be imposters.
Yeah.
They will make themselves be that person that I'm telling them that I'm looking for.
And it's just like,
and it's a lie.
How long is this facade? You realize that this facade and this foundation that you're trying to build is going to crack?
It's going to crack at some point. So why not be honest?
Right.
Why not be honest?
Okay, just if you got this, but you don't have this, maybe I could deal with that. But you trying to stack all these cards and was like, well, I'm this.
Because people hear it and they want to fall into their role. It's like, hey.
You want me so bad that you willing to lie and risk it. I'm going to find out who you are sooner or later.
Okay, so me and one of my friends having this conversation not too long ago. It's like, with the dating, there's always this like imposter when you first walk in. It's like you walk in with the person that you want, the person. You're going to put the best self out there. And it's just like, you might go along with it for a couple weeks and you'll be like, all right, hold on. Let me tell you something. This is what it is. I was like, I don't see how people deal with this for like months.
Years. Like what?
Like, how do you deal with that?
Right.
Cutoff game is strong.
After the second week, be like, look, hold on, bro. Like, I know I might be lovey-dovey with you right now, but I will get in a moment when I be like, don't talk to me right now. Like, I'm at home. I want to enjoy my peace. I'm my me time. I'm at home. And my thing is, I ain't even doing shit, but I'm at my house. And I don't want to talk. I talk all day at work.
It ain't got nothing to do with you.
It ain't. Baby, people take shit so goddamn
personal.
Ooh, child, baby. We can talk about this dating all night and day long. But
bring me on
we got to get out of here.
Look, bring me on a single chat.
Okay, we're going to have to talk about this dating thing. Right. It's going to have to be a whole episode in its own day. But I want to thank y'all again for joining me today.
Thank you for having us. Thanks,
Yes, part 2, what it do?
Part 2, what it do?
Yes.
Yep, still gay. Still gay.
I also want to thank y'all for joining me every week. Make sure that you rate, like, subscribe, comment down below, and let me know what you think about this episode. If y'all want to continue the conversation, we can do it down below in the comment box. What you got to say?
I was going to say, like I said again, vote, be active, be an ally. Don't be sitting on the sideline as our people being under attack, you know? Just saying.
I agree. We all fought for civil rights for blacks. We just need to all fight for civil rights for the queers.
Yeah.
Amen.
People just trying to live, you know?
That's all.
That's all.
Exist in the world.
You know? My body, my choice.
The same opportunities.
All these things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Stop transphobia, homophobia, all the phobias, you know? Arachnophobia, you know? Stop it all.
Bitch, ain't that those fighters?
Yeah. Just stop having spiders.
Thank y'all for joining us. I'm gonna put that information down below again, y'all. But until next time, we out. Peace.
Peace, fam.
Peace.